Tony was at home leisurely eating hot pot and singing, but outside the window, his neighbors had frozen to death. His girlfriend tried to use her charm to convince Tony to open the door. Unexpectedly, Tony would rather dump the hot pot than share it with them. The CEO got so angry he grabbed a sledgehammer and smashed it at the glass. What he didn't know was, the glass in Tony's house was made of special material. Even a missile couldn't break through it. Seeing that the window wouldn't break, the CEO picked up a chainsaw. He tried to cut through Tony's front door, but after sawing for hours, he couldn't leave a single mark on it. It turned out Tony's door was made of armor-grade material, like a bank vault. Ordinary methods couldn't open it at all. The reason Tony spent a fortune making his house indestructible was that the world was experiencing an unprecedented extreme cold apocalypse. 99% of humanity had already died in this disaster. People were killing each other for food. In his past life, Tony risked his life to catch a big fish for his girlfriend. He thought she would reward him with a warm hug, but what he got was a cold knife. It turned out his girlfriend had already teamed up with the CEO. They not only took his fish, but threw him into the -200-degree snow, freezing him to death. Before he died, Tony swore, if he had another chance at life, he would make those two pay in blood. Maybe God heard his wish, because Tony was reborn 3 days before the apocalypse. When he came back to life and saw a bottle of water on the table, he drank it greedily. After finishing it, he casually tossed the empty bottle into a broken pot nearby. The next second, hundreds of identical bottles of water appeared in the pot. Tony realized then, the broken pot his father left him was a magical treasure pot. With this treasure, he could survive the upcoming apocalypse, and make those who wronged him pay. He quickly used all his money to buy a gold bar. Then he placed the gold bar in the pot and prayed. Soon, endless gold bars started appearing in the pot. Just as he was dancing with joy, he noticed all the gold bars had identical serial numbers. If he sold them, it would definitely raise suspicion. So he had an idea. He melted all the gold bars into one big lump, then took it to a jewelry store to sell. The store owner was stunned and speechless. She had never seen such a large piece of gold in her life. She immediately transferred $5 million to Tony's account. As he was about to go home and continue his business, he ran into his ex-girlfriend. She saw the gold and her eyes lit up. She started sweet-talking him and acting concerned, even though she used to ignore him completely. Tony looked at her with disgust and put the gold away. Suddenly, the CEO appeared. He congratulated Tony on his success, then suggested they celebrate with a meal. To get his revenge, Tony agreed without hesitation. But the CEO invited a group of classmates to the dinner, and made sure they ordered the most expensive food and drinks. It was clear they wanted Tony to pay. Tony didn't stop them. He let everyone eat and drink to their heart's content. When the waiter brought the $18,000 bill, everyone thought Tony would foot the bill, but Tony said whoever ordered the food should pay for it. The CEO secretly turned off his phone and claimed it was dead. He asked Tony to pay first and promised to pay him back later, but Tony wasn't falling for it. He asked the waiter to bring a power bank. The CEO was embarrassed, because he only had $10 and couldn't afford the bill. He had to beg Tony quietly for help. Tony loudly mocked him for pretending to be rich while being broke, then walked away without hesitation. The next day was the eve of the apocalypse. The clear sky suddenly turned cold.